everyone, Scott here, welcome back to my channel. Now I've got to say something. Remember, we need to remember this, that being alive is a privilege. Recent studies suggested that being alive, or the chances of being alive today as you are, is 400 trillion to 1. 400 trillion to 1! So the fact that you're walking around, breathing, talking, doing all these things is a mere miracle, and one that we shouldn't be taking for granted. So something I'm very, very passionate about, bettering yourself, so I wanted to do this video for you. I'm going to give you a couple of reasons, heads up, two or so reasons of why it's important to have this mindset of bettering yourself constantly. And then I'm going to give you 5 practical steps that you can take to actually better yourself, how to do that effectively. You don't want to miss this one. This is going to be a goodie. Let's go. Now, some of you might be saying, I'm happy with who I am, or I'm comfortable with where I'm at. Well, guess what? You're really not. You can't be. Everybody should be aiming to improve themselves, and here's why. Here's your reasons. Now, let me paint the picture in a different light, okay? Scenario. A genie grants you 3 wishes. The only caveat to this is that it must be 3 wishes that are going to change something about yourself. Would you? Now, obviously you would want to change things about yourself. If you're sitting there and saying that you wouldn't need to use any wishes to change anything about yourself, well, I would argue that you're being quite selfish. Let me frame it this way. What about improving your life, improving things, skills, or anything in your life for other people as well? So you got yourself, and then you got other people. What about your loved ones, your kids, your family, right? So you can improve yourself to make their life better, your community. So firstly, mind, body, and soul. Is your health choices giving you a good example for your kids and those around you, your loved ones, family, partner, friends? Are your fitness levels at a standard where you can actually be active and be doing activities with, say, your kids? Right? Or what about your mindset? Is your mindset at a level where you can have these meaningful interactions with those that you love, with your kids, your family, your spouse? And the choices that you make now mean you're more mobile for later, and you'll live longer. So you're more active for longer, you live longer, and you're influencing those around you with living longer, being more mobile, being more active, being happier, being less depressed about things because of the choices that you're making. What about 2, your finances? Could you actually learn and gain more knowledge in how to manage finances, how to invest your money, how to actually grow wealth? So not only for yourself, not so you can buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever your choices, or a mansion on the beach, but with wealth, you can actually create things for other people. You can do things for the community. You can give a better life to your kids, your family, everyone else that I'm talking about. What about 3, working on your mindset? So actually uploading knowledge into your brain so you can learn how to create better habits, so you can learn how to control your emotions. Don't get angry, don't get sad as much, don't get anxiety as much. Learn about all those things that you can actually do to load into your brain. Again, this is meaning that what you're giving out to the world is actually more positive, more productive, more happier. Now I hear excuses all the time. I don't have enough time, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm happy just the way I am. Well, I say bullshit. Make the time, make it happen. If you can be on your phone doing Facebook and Instagram, you have an Instagram account, oh, you're watching this on YouTube, or you're watching whatever shows that you watch at night, you have time. And as I said, it's not just about you, it's about those around you. So when we look at it, it is actually selfish. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been there as well. I've done this, but I've gone through this process, I've gone through this transformation, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's awareness to this and really looking at it from a different angle, okay? Now that I've got the rant over, let's get into the practical steps that you can take to actually better yourself and start transforming your life for you and for those that you love. Let's go. Now, the first phase of this is auditing yourself. This is all about getting clear on who you are, get clear on your vision. How do you want to feel, to live, to act, to be? This is a crucial step because it's about establishing the right behaviors that you need to be that best person that you can possibly be. How do you want to treat others? How do you want to show up at work, at home, with strangers? What sort of value can you bring and really influence other people? And then you want to look at, how can you level up your life? What areas there? What can you learn? What knowledge do you need to gain? What skills do you need to actually develop? Right? So you can find all these things out. Now, to do this effectively, you really need to sit down and ask yourself some very, very good questions that are going to open this all up. If you need a hand with that, I will drop the link below. I've got a very popular download that people take, And this is really to kickstart that process. It'll be jam-packed full of really high quality questions to really just get that first step and get you kickstarted on this journey of bettering yourself. The second phase of this is habits. Firstly, within habits, I like to go directly to exercise and diet. This is the first thing I look at because it can have a direct impact on your mood, on your motivation and alertness, just to name a few. Secondly, I look at the habits that are around mindset. So, how are you talking to yourself every day? Are you talking to yourself negatively, or are you actually talking to yourself positively and practicing things like mindfulness? What are you listening to? Are you listening to the 6 o'clock news, which generally tends to be negative stories? Or are you listening to a more positive and empowering podcast or an amazing book that's really giving you new levels of knowledge and how you view the world or how you handle your emotions? If you're into self-development, self-help, try some of those books. That's what they are, self-help. Now I'm going to stop there and just check in, because if you've gotten this far, good on you, because there has been a lot of information. But stick with us. We're just moving on to phase 3 of 5 now. But trust me with this, if you can just get these phases down, map them out, it will completely transform your life. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to require discipline? Yes. Now, some of you might have discipline in spades, right? If you don't have discipline, I've got a whole video on that, right? How to gain more self-discipline. Watch it after this and that'll help you out. So just wanted to stop and just say, well done for getting this far through, and stick with it. We've got a couple of minutes, and let's move straight on to phase 3. And this is attaching your why. So you need reasons to keep bettering yourself, so you can create motivation and desires to improve. Now, this is twofold. You need reasons for yourself, so you need whys for yourself, and you need whys for other people. Your spouse, your kids, your friends, your family, your community, the world, right? So once you've created this is where the power of leverage is. You leverage those to better yourself. Now, comment below who you can use to really leverage, because that's where the true power is. It's other people. Bettering yourself for other people is where you gain the leverage. Comment below. I'm going to share you mine. Mine is my kids. How I can show up and be better for my kids. And I put so much blood, sweat and tears into whatever I do, and at the moment it's so much effort for you guys to put into these videos. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and I need to make sure that I'm there for my kids and be present for my kids, right? So I have to work very hard at that. But also, I want to lead by example. I want to make sure that my kids are going to be as happy as they can be, as fit as they can be, as healthy as they can be, be able to deal with people better and be in better relationships. So I need to make sure all my areas are on point. So I am constantly looking at how can I better my health, my fitness, my mind, my relationship with my partner, with my wife, with my friends, what habits am I doing, how do I have conversations with people, anything, right? Anything. I'm looking at trying to better myself, because there's no more powerful leverage or reason to be able to leverage them. It's a lot more powerful than leveraging for yourself, and that creates motivation and discipline to be able to do it. So the 4th phase is action. Okay, so you want to start taking action towards the areas that you want to better yourself in. Okay, so don't worry about being perfect. You don't need a brand new Apple watch or brand new Nikes or whatever it is to go for a walk, right? So just go for the work. Start taking the actions. Now, we don't want to get caught out and procrastinating or worry about it being perfect. I've got a whole video on this, so if you're having trouble with that, watch it. Because that is definitely something that's going to prevent you from growing as a person. So phase 5 is what I like to call success in numbers. Now listen, you need to start hanging around with people who empower you. You need to start surrounding yourself with people who are ahead of you in the game. If you want to get fit, you join a fitness club. If you want to get more wealthy, we'll start hanging around with more wealthy people. We'll join Facebook groups and check community hubs, right? You want to get some real life mentors, and you want to get some people that are active in the things that you're doing, people that share common goals. Now, I know that this was a lot to take in. It is literally some really powerful stuff, and I recommend that you know all those phases. So if you've written them down, or go back and watch it again, okay, because this will literally supercharge your life. You're going to be living life better, you're going to feel better, you're going to be living life with supercharged confidence because you're just bettering yourself and you just watch how that starts impacting other people and you're just going to be, as I said, super confident. That does lead me to the next video for next week. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I'm going to talk about confidence versus arrogance and cockiness. And it's very important to understand the difference between the two. So hit the notification bell below to make sure you get that video next release. Now, while you're waiting for that, check out these two videos here. Very, very good for you to level up your mindset and will help you. Highly recommended. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so you can subscribe to my channel. That is it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one.